Get down here, Merc.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm so sorry about the 3-week vacation. I had some company over during those weeks, and life got a bit busy, but nonetheless, we are back with another review. I'm your host, the Maritime Nerd, and today we're reviewing Final Fantasy VII, the remake. So let's kind of get into it here a little bit. Now, let me start off by saying this. I never played the original back in the 90s, when the original was released on PlayStation 1, except for like maybe an hour. And I also never played the remake when it was released back in 2020. So this is a whole new, fresh experience for me. So let's get right into it. So the story of the game is you play as a merc who is a former soldier of Shinra. His name is Cloud, who has joined a group called the Avalanche, who's basically trying to take down the tyrant and the corrupted Shinra. And as Cloud, you start out as just a merc in it for the money, or the gil in this case, which is the currency in this game. But as the first mission wraps up, you become part of the crew, with Avalanche going on missions, and with them helping residents of Midgar. And all while this is happening, you are haunted by Sephiroth, basically. As it seems, he keeps appearing in your head, basically making Cloud sedated for just a few moments. But Avalanche's main mission in this game is to bring down Shinra, the electric company, and stop them from basically destroying the world, taking Mako, which is the kind of like the life source a little bit. Now, the gameplay in this game, it's a bit unique compared to the other games I have played in the past, specifically the Final Fantasy games, from what I remember anyway. The remake takes away from the classic turn-based combat and replaced it with a hack and slash RPG mechanics, where you can take control of each member of your party, or you can play like a commander from Cloud's perspective, where you can call out commands to your party, kind of like a squad leader in the army. You have plenty at your disposal. You can swing your weapon like a madman, cast elemental spells like fire, ice, wind, thunder, or poison, and heal. And when you're in combat, your ability bar will fill up, and then you can unleash a devastating attack or complete a spell specific to the character in your party. Something that is good to experiment with is your attacks while in combat to try and find the enemy's weaknesses. This will help getting through the battle quicker or getting the enemy to the staggered stage. When this happens, it opens up the enemy for you and your party just to basically just hit them with attacks uninterrupted. And when you're on a mission or in combat, make sure to have plenty of potions. This can be the difference between life and death in a fight. But there are a few segments in the game when you're not fighting or on a mission that you're basically just walking through towns, talking to the people, going to shops and getting potions, weapons, and taking on side missions. This really slows the pace of the game down, and it does feel like it causes pace issues that feel basically out of place. You will also spend a lot of the time in the menus upgrading weapons and changing spells or materia, and I'm not talking seconds, I'm talking like minutes each time. Basically, the conclusion of this game, for myself anyway, Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake stand a test of time. And it's no wonder why Square Enix decided to remake the game and why fans lost their minds when this got announced. This was my first experience with the game, and it blew my mind. And I loved almost every single minute of the game, except for when it slowed down. I had to walk with Aerith through the town, and I felt this slowed everything down and caused the pacing issues. But the voice acting and the graphics absolutely blew me away. And I couldn't help but compare the graphics to something like The Last of Us or Uncharted. The combat was super fun, and I never felt myself getting bored of it, and I was heavily invested into the story. So with that, Final Fantasy VII Remake gets a 9.5 out of 10, a masterpiece of a game. Don't forget to follow me all across social media, support me on Patreon, and I have been your host, the Maritime Nerd, and have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.